This is part two because my phone, I don't know what the hell happened. Um, yeah, you guys can see. So my buddy, he told me, hey, something snapped or sounds funny. And then I took a look. Well, I mean, I didn't take a look. I just kept driving and I don't know. I mean, oh, bitch. Hold on. Yeah, my buddy told me there was something, a noise. And I heard it, but I didn't think it was a bell. I just thought it was because my car's lowered, you know? I thought it was, shit, I just thought it was like, I just thought it was my, my fender liner that was rubbing against the tire. But it wasn't. And I drove for a couple more minutes and like 5, I think, you know. And I looked at my tachometer and my gauge cluster and I saw that car was getting hot. And I've had a car overheat a long time ago, my old car. It's scary, so I mean I didn't drive too long, but you know what I mean by scary is I don't want to say it, knock on wood. But I don't want to blow a head gasket. Fuck no. I can do it myself, but most people can't. And even if you can do it yourself, you know, it's expensive. Who the hell wants to do that, you know? Because I'd rather not. So now that I have the bolts lined up and threaded in, I'm going to go ahead and tighten them up. Because, like I said, now they're aligned. I can tighten everything up now. Everything should be fine. You don't want to tighten it too much. Just a bit. Once it starts getting tight, that's it. Because this is aluminum strips. If you want torque specs, go ahead, get the torque specs. Do that instead. But I'm fine without torque specs right now. There we go. Gotta tighten them by hand a little more. Okay. There we go. I'm satisfied with that. I don't want to break anything. And now we're gonna put the pulley on. And this is a size 15. Okay. Make sure it has the washer. Because if not, what's gonna hold it? It's gonna be bouncing around. Alright, so keep that washer. Put it in. Do it by hand. Has to sit on there too, the pulley. So now that it's on there by hand, just tighten it. It's gonna take a while. Alright. If I had those gear wrench ones, then I'd have this on quick. But I don't. Give me a sec. Alright, so hope you can hear me. AC turned on. So that's tight to my liking. Now I should put the bracket back on. Look, here's the trick I did. A lot of people complain about taking this nut off because you see that when you put a long socket and get all the way down there to that nut, it won't fit because look, you don't have room for a drive. So what I did years ago, I just put another nut on top. So I put this one as my spacer, and then I put my nut. Just that little FYI, you know. And just want to let you guys know too that this little housing right here where that nut is, I forgot what that's called, but it tends to leak. So if it's leaking, go ahead and take it off, put Honda Bond, slap it back on. I think it uses Honda. I've never done it before. Need to look at the specs. Or no, it doesn't use Honda Bond. So it's just a gasket. Anyways, just FYI, like I said. And all right. So now we're gonna put the pump back on. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me go put this space bracket back on instead. Alright, let me put this on. Alright, I'm going to jack it up a bit. There's my spacer. And then my nut. I forgot which one it was. Whatever. It goes my nut. Alright. And me, just because I have one, I'm gonna hit it with my gun. Not too hard, but I don't want to strip something else, you know? And there we go. Now let's put the pump back on. And if you disconnected your ground on the bracket, go ahead and put it on, because it's either not going to start or it's going to start funny. Check something out. You know what? I feel like Eric the car guy. These Honda power steering pumps tend to leak. If yours is still functioning and just leaking, you can just go to your Acura Honda dealership and buy a power steering pump reseal kit, and I think it's pretty cheap. I don't remember the price. I only found that out because I work at Honda, and on the other RSX, my wife's, I changed her pump out with a new one, and hers was working. It was just leaking, but I didn't know you could just reseal it. So that's the thing. I mean, I'd rather reseal it personally. If it's still good, it works. Not only that, I mean, aftermarket pumps, they're not always the best. But if yours does go out, don't cheap out on one, because I bought one for her car on eBay. It was good for like a year or so, then it failed. It just stopped giving pressure. We got a new one at her work at O'Reilly, and it's pretty good. It's been on for a couple months, 6 months I believe, and it's good, trust me. It actually has more pressure than the one from eBay, but I don't know about OEM. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Might be the same, but I don't know. I mean, mine's OEM, but I can't tell the difference. I think hers is smoother. Only because, you know, the gears inside are newer. There's a bit more pressure versus mine's all old and used. I might need a new pump, but hopefully not for a while. So, now that we finished everything, now it's time to put the belt on. So, I'll put some stuff away. Give me a sec. So, if you got one of these long bars, you can rent one out. I have one because I bought one. I use it at work. But let me show you guys a trick if you guys don't know. What I do, I put this end. I put this end on here, and then I put another wrench on this end, and it's always worked for me. Always. Like, I mean, there's leverage involved. It works, but that's what I do. Alright, so if you guys don't have anything, you just have 2 crescent wrenches, size 15. Put another one on here, and then just pull. Alright? Simple. So now we got to align, not align, but yeah, align the belt. Let me go get it. Alright, we got the new belt. Let me show you the diagram. I don't want to get my laptop out. So let me just bring a pen. Alright, I just wanted to go out of my way and help you guys out. So this is the wiring diagram, the belt diagram. You put it down. You've got your crankshaft, AC, water pump, alternator, power steering, and tensioner. Tensioner is a little bit more over here on top of it, not to the side. Anyways, you guys get the point. So the way I do it, I start from the crankshaft, then I put it on the AC, work my way down. I work my way from down to up. So crankshaft, AC, put it behind the water pump, because remember, this side right here, it's the ribs. This side right here, it's the smooth part. So inside ribs, so over the water pump, which is the smooth side, then the ribs, alternator, power steering, and then the smooth side to the tensioner, and then it goes back to the crankshaft. Alright, I'm sure you guys can find a better one on Google or something. It should be the same for Type S. Just type in year, make, and model, or engine type, K20, A3, A2. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it. So just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I put it on the crankshaft. Works if you have a flashlight. I mean, it'll work either way, but it makes the job a bit easier. Putting it on the crankshaft. And now give me a sec. You know what? I got the belt diagram wrong. Just go ahead and look it up on Google. I'm sure you guys can find it because that's where I found it. But don't listen to me. I actually got the the belt diagram wrong. You know what? I was right on the diagram. It took a while. So makes it easier if you have the tire this way. It's parallel right now, but I was right. So go ahead and follow that. Or like I said, look it up on Google. So now let's put the belt on. Alright. The way I find it easiest to do, I make sure it's on, obviously make sure all the ribs are on the pulleys, all of them. Because then if on startup, if something's gonna rip, not break, rip, because this is rubber. Okay, let's go. Come on. Let me just rotate the socket. Okay. So since this is a new belt, you know, it needs to be stretched. If you feel like you got the wrong one, more than likely you probably didn't, but chances are you kind of probably did. But if you're really struggling, you probably did. But they're normally pretty easy. Like I said, you just gotta stretch them. Or if not, like other people do it with zip ties and just crank it. You know, but just because it's new. Okay. Oh, my belt fell off. Damn. Just make sure it doesn't. Make sure it's on all the ribs. Alright. Once it stops, don't keep going more because you can break the threads. I didn't go this far. I don't know how they strip. I don't know, bad luck, I guess. Must have been real bad luck. sometimes it helps to use something like this. Oh jeez, I left my flathead over there. Alright, so just be careful not to rip it. If you do, I mean, I'm sure wherever you bought it had like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year warranty. Alright, so you guys can pry it. Just stretch it. Give me a sec. There you go. All I had to do was adjust this thing, the socket. If this had, you know, teeth, obviously I could just turn it, but yeah. So there we go. That's part 2. How to change it out. And let's just make sure everything's on correctly. The teeth. You want everything on correctly. I might have to adjust it again because I don't like how it's sitting on that water pump. But all the ribs are on correctly. Alright, so that's it, folks. Watch the next video. I'm going to be showing you how to bleed the cooling system on a Honda, at least in how we do it at Honda. So go ahead and watch my next episode on that right now. Let's go. Alright. Venomous 5 out. See you on the next video. Thanks.